Hey guys, what's going on? James here, and in this video today, we're going to be talking about all of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers' keys to victory for their Week 14 matchup versus the Minnesota Vikings. This, as always, is some of the things that the Buccaneers can do to give themselves a better chance of winning in Week 14. So, let's talk about the first point that I want to make, which is going to be stop Dalvin Cook. And I don't think it's a ridiculous thing to say that Dalvin Cook might be the best running back in the entire NFL. I know when fully healthy, Saquon Barkley, Christian McCaffrey, those guys are up there as well, but you really can't discount Dalvin Cook. Again, when he's fully healthy, he could be the best running back in the entire NFL. It's the main identity of the entire Minnesota Vikings offense. For the most part, they definitely have some good receivers, which I will talk about in a moment here, but you know, it all starts with Dalvin Cook, as it should. He's one of the best running backs in the NFL, and he works so well in Minnesota Vikings offensive coordinator Gary Kubiak's offense. It's a match made in heaven. However, on the flip side, the Buccaneers' run defense has been one of the best, if not the best run defense in the entire NFL for, I want to say, the past 2.5 years. So, much like what I've talked about in other big running back matchups throughout this season, this is going to be a fun one to watch, and at the end of the day, we'll just have to see which one prevails. I want to say for the most part, it has resulted in the Buccaneers' run defense holding up when compared to some of the best running backs in the league. Josh Jacobs, Alvin Kamara a little bit, Christian McCaffrey a little bit. Those guys have been contained to really having their worst games of the year when they go up against the Buccaneers' run defense. So will Dalvin Cook fall in that same line, or will he be the guy who kind of breaks through, considering the fact that the Buccaneers' run defense has struggled a little bit the past couple of weeks? You never know, but they are also coming off of a bye week, which can help them out as well. But point being, stopping Dalvin Cook, the main cog of that offensive machine for the Minnesota Vikings, that is point number one. I know a lot of people are still salty that the Bucs did not draft Dalvin Cook at the end of the day, but I'm fine with Ronald Jones personally. But the second point I want to make here is going to be another point of attack when facing this Minnesota Vikings offense, and that is going to be attacking Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins, a lot of people know that the Buccaneers have a history with Kirk Cousins because he was basically a meme the last time he had beaten the Buccaneers with the "you like that meme." I don't even like bringing it up. It hurts so much. But Kirk Cousins had a little bit of a history with the Buccaneers. I'm sure who was even around during that time? I don't even remember who was around. Maybe Levante, and that was pretty much it. There's nobody really else from that defense who would remember something like that, especially with Gerald McCoy gone. William Golston might remember that. But point is that Bucs fans remember that, and Bucs fans are going to want to get some revenge on Kirk Cousins, and one of the best ways to do that is to attack Kirk Cousins with a solid pass rush and rattle him into making mistakes. It's, one of the best things that you can do against any quarterback in the NFL, and the Buccaneers are one of the best blitzing / pass rushing teams in the NFL so far this year. Now, whether or not, you say they're blitzing out of necessity or they're just blitzing because Todd Bowles just wants to go crazy, that's entirely up to you, but they are, I believe, number 4 in sack totals right now, and I believe they are still number 1 in number of blitzes. So we'll see how Kirk Cousins deals with the pressure. We'll see how he deals with the blitzes. I'm excited to see how it works. Fingers crossed, big day for guys like Shaq Barrett and Jason Pierre-Paul. Shaq Barrett, by the way, still one of the better pass rushers in the NFL according to advanced stats and things like that. His sack numbers just aren't there right now. I believe he has 6.5 sacks. So still think he can get to double-digit numbers. We'll just have to see him begin to finish on some of those plays and get those sack numbers up, and it all starts with the Minnesota Vikings and Kirk Cousins. So let's see if the Bucs can rattle him and force Kirk into making some mistakes. The next point I want to make here is going to be running, short passing, and play action. Now, I'm sure you guys may have seen the quotes from Byron Leftwich where he had said, essentially, and I'm paraphrasing here. I haven't seen the exact quotes, but I'm going to try and paraphrase here. He essentially said, I don't know why we're not running more play action, which leads me to believe that they will probably run more play action, I think. I hope so. I don't really know what that quote means. I don't know why Byron Leftwich would say something like that, because it doesn't sound like the best thing in the world to say, but it seems like Byron Leftwich wants to run some more play action, and it seems like that is very well in the cards, starting with this Minnesota Vikings game, and I've been pounding the table for it, and look, people can disagree with it as much as they want, but I'm an old school mentality guy. I think establishing the run is a good thing to do. And I have seen some people debate greatly on whether or not having a good run game is necessary or not necessary for setting up play action and things like that. Well, I don't really care, because I want to see a good run game and still use play action passes. I don't care if we're whatever it is, I want to see both anyway, so it's fine. I don't care which one sets up the other, or whatever it is. I really don't give a crap. I just want to see both in our offense anyway, as well as some short pass games. So, I mean, it's not a hard thing to ask for. Ronald Jones has been having a great job as a running back this year, as a starter for this team. I know a lot of people were freaking out when the Bucs signed Leonard, Fournette, and lesean McCoy and drafted Vaughn and all those things. And, we all thought it was going to be some crazy committee here at this point in the year. But Ronald Jones, he's on pace for 1,000 yards, and he's not getting the ball enough, in my opinion. So give him the ball more and then play action. Bucs are good Bucs are good when they use play action on the offensive side of the football, so continue to do that. These are things that are not difficult things to do for the Bucs offense, so let's see them more. Also, the short pass game, I just think that would suit guys like Tom Brady, probably Antonio Brown a little bit better, probably Chris Godwin a little bit better. I think Mike Evans can be good in the short passing yardage game. I just think people are just kind of not stereotype him. They just have this stigma of, he's just a big body guy who he's just, a physical, whatever. Mike Evans can do a lot of stuff, okay? That's the point I want to make. He can do the short yardage game, okay? All the Bucs wide receivers can do the short yardage game. Just need to make sure that we're calling more short yardage passing plays, and I think that is entirely possible here. Starting in this game versus the Vikings, they have a weak cornerback room. Their front seven is still pretty good, but those cornerbacks are all very young, and you can take advantage of that with play actions, with short passing, and then that front seven, it's a good front seven that the Vikings have, but let's run the ball more, and let's see Ronald Jones put in that work. Those are all the points I want to make. Let's go on to the second to last point I want to talk about, which is going to be playing clean on defense. Now, the past few games we've seen that there have been some very frustrating penalties from guys like Shaq, Barrett, and on the defensive line, I think Sue had an offsides as well that extended these drives for opposing teams like the Chiefs, like the Rams, etc. And those are the things that cannot happen. And I want to see that discipline bumped up a little bit. I want to see more discipline in terms of penalties on the defensive side of the football, and I want to see better communication as well. I have seen it slipping at certain points in certain games, and I think those are things that are not hard to improve on, and overall we would have a lot better results in terms of stopping drives, getting 3-and-outs, and forcing punts. We just got to have more discipline. We just got to have better communication and play clean football point blank, especially on that defensive side of the football, where offsides penalties have been a little bit of an issue when extending drives for opposing offenses. So fix that, and I feel like the defense would be in an even better spot than they are already in. But the last point I want to make here in this video is the offensive line. Please protect Tom Brady, because right now the Vikings pass rush, they are not the best. They don't have Everson Griffin anymore. They traded for Yannick Ngakoue, and then they traded him away. So that was kind of weird. Danielle Hunter's not playing this year. I mean, they're hurting. Their pass rush is hurting. They are on some backups and then backups to the backups. So if this offensive line does not play good, I'm going to be sad. And I've said it every week, and I will say it again. I trust Tristan Wirfs. I trust Ryan Jensen, and I trust Ali Marpet. I pretty much trust Alex Kappa a decent amount, except sometimes whenever he starts to, bug out a little bit. But they're, the one guy who we can't trust, and you all know who that is, and let's see if he can improve and maintain consistency. That's all I want to see, is consistency with this offensive line, because whenever you give Tom Brady time, he'll carve up any single defense in the entire NFL. I really don't care who it is. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. That's all the points I have to make. Stop Dalvin Cook, attack Kirk Cousins, run, short pass, play action on the Bucs offense, play clean on defense, no drive extending penalties or anything like that, and offensive line, just do your jobs. That's all I ask. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end off this video. Let me know all of your guys' thoughts on all the points that I made down in the comment section below. What are some other things that you guys feel the Buccaneers can do to give themselves a better chance of defeating the Minnesota Vikings in week number 14? And I will also be having the preview video coming out here in probably an hour. I've been really late on the videos this week. Sorry, guys. Just was kind of a little burned out on making content after the TB12 video where I was recording a ton every day, and it was draining a little bit. So I'm getting back into it slowly but surely, and we'll be getting out all the content that we usually get out here for the week anyway. It's just going to be a little bit late. But yeah, with all that being said, guys, hope you guys all enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next video or the next live stream. I hope you guys all enjoyed, but until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now. See you soon in like an hour, and go Bucs.